What's this? Manual. There we go. Microphone. Okay, so now we have sound after a slight technical hitch. So once again, welcome to the Piste Challenge Cup. This is the quarter-final, where we see Team Geddes against Team Mckenzie challenging for the title. Team Mckenzie travelled from Scotland, Stirling Petanque Club, the newest club of the SPA. So we're just about to get started here. And Stirling have won the toss and will get us started. So here's Shelley with the first point. That's a pretty good start. It's a good point to get these proceedings underway. It's a decent point in reply from Team Geddes, but it's just gone through by the looks of things. And again, we look like we're just short there with that one. But what are we going to see now from Team Geddes? It's John walking up to the circle, so it does look like we might see a point. And yes, it is. So let's skip back to the head there and see what result we get from this. And coming up short again there. Oh, and a cheeky little dribble on the cosh there, just to take it back into his teammates' pool. So that's 2 on the ground for Team Geddes, but 4 played. 2 Mckenzie's 1. And there's the shot. Looks like he stayed, but not quite taking it. The camera person's gone AWOL, so we'll see adjustment on the camera in just a moment. So Geddes chasing the game now with that ball from Mckenzie. See Mckenzie just taking the point back. And Ewan, their shooter, is pointing. And hit the ball in front. And last ball from Team Geddes. Hit the front one, knocked something through, but not quite sure of the result. I'm going to say my camera person has just gone AWOL for the moment to try and provide some shade for me. A few balls left now from the Mckenzies. And that one's gone out the back. So that is the first end over in this quarter final. With 1 point to Team Mckenzie. So once again, welcome to the Piste Challenge Cup quarter final. And this is the triples on this very, very sunny Saturday. It's the second end here of the quarter final on the show to run here at John Street. Just the 1 point in the first end to Team Mckenzie of Stirling Pétanque Club in Scotland. Great shot there from Ewan Cameron for Team Geddes. Strong point there from Team Mckenzie. But made up for it there with that second point. So we're going to see Ewan step up into the circle again now and take on that shot. And he gets it. 2 in a row. Gets that hit. It's been a glorious day here so far, not just the weather, but a glorious day of pétanque. Some exciting games, some big wins, big defeats. No hearts broken yet. Everyone's still in great spirits, even those whose day has perhaps not gone too great. But everyone's having a great time, which is why we all play this wonderful sport. Cheeky little dribble on the jack there on Team McKenzie. Just puts them on. John with a shot there, but unfortunately took the jack and the ball in the same direction. So can their teammate bring things back for them? Yes, he can. He's just put it in nicely there. And again, a little bit strong from John there. John claiming 2, saying the 1 is good. And measuring for the second. And it looks like 2. So 2-1 to Team Geddes. And a response to dropping the first point is to take 2. Looks like the jack has gone out to be placed. So Richard to point for Team Geddes. We're now leading 2-1 in this third end of the quarter final. A little bit strong with that point, just gone through the back. So now Team McKenzie to point into what looks like an acre of space from here. And the ball looks a little strong, it might have just nicked it. Yeah, it looks good. Just about. But I think we're going to see a measure. Always difficult to tell from these angles on whether the bull is in or not. But I would call that it is from here. But let's see. Perhaps it wasn't. They're both walking back to the circle. So yeah, it looks like Shelley is going to point again. There it goes. And yeah, that one's definitely got it. Just sat in front and between the other two. But they're all behind. So no bull in front at the moment. And there still looks to be plenty of space. Several of the favourites for the day have made it into the main. Team Blyton, which is Matt, Mokhtar and Dean Seville. The Webbs and their playing partner from Thames Valley, actually ranked first after the groups, being best group winner. Only a point in it between them and second place, which was Team Blyton. 3 wins plus 28 for Team Blyton, 3 wins plus 29 for the Thames Valley crew. A couple of teams narrowly missing out on the main as well, just coming down to points. We had a couple of groups with several teams on 2 wins and a couple of groups with outright winners on 3. So Team Geddes they're holding now with that bull in front. And a narrow miss from a team from Stirling. And now it looks like they're upped into point with Malcolm stepping up into the circle. And when he's got it, it's down close. So we will, of course, now see Ewan take on this shot. 2 out of 2 in the last end. But he's missed the first this time. Typically the commentator's curse. Call out someone's class. And then they miss. Got it that time, but took the jack with it. So just off camera there, the jack has hit a player. And is live. So, just for everyone watching there was an incident with the jack being hit and hitting a player. So we just had to refer to the rule book there on the ruling. So the team now is deciding whether to replace it where it was, leave it where it landed, or move it in line with its trajectory. And they are placing it back where it was by the looks of things. So the game will resume in this third end. The score 2-1 to Team Geddes. And Team Mckenzie just playing long. So again, just to talk about the wonderful weather, it's been as wonderful as that last ball that was just played. It's just sitting nicely on the jack, just to the side. But yeah, an absolute scorcher today, just like being in Marseille. Team Geddes now taking on the shot. It was John, clipped the ball, hit another ball behind, didn't clear it out. So that is one. Team Mckenzie. Looks like a hit on that ball would have been big points for Team Geddes, but it wasn't to be. Score is 2-2. So it is too short. And Team Geddes have now placed the jack where they want it. So Malcolm and Shelley McKenzie just discussing there on where to place this first ball. Of course, conversations always go the way we want, but the way we play doesn't necessarily. So let's see if Shelley gets the outcome that she wants. It's not bad, it's not bad at all. That's a ball in front, it's pretty close, and there's the fist bump. Looks like it's pretty much what they wanted. So once again, for those just joining, this is the Piste Challenge Cup triples quarter-final. And this looks close. It might have just got it. John seems to think so. Malcolm's not sure, so we might see a measure here. Of course, the downside with the sun is the equipment we use for photos, videos, etc. gets pretty warm, just like the people playing. But yeah, it was agreed that John's or Team Geddes' ball was on there as we had Team McKenzie play, but the ball's just gone long. And it looks like that one's just nicked it. But we are going to see a measure here. Malcolm thinks he might have just got it there. Of course, always difficult to tell from here. But it looks like that's a no. Cheeky little movement on the jack there from Malcolm, but it has moved it closer to Team Geddes' ball. But their ball's sitting nicely in front, which could make it difficult for them to score more. A couple more to come from Team McKenzie, and a fair few more from Team Geddes. The score is 2-all. Gone for the shot here, but it hasn't quite paid off. So last ball now from Team McKenzie. Malcolm suggesting to went it up to the side in case the jack gets moved, which with Team Geddes having I think 4 balls to come, possibly even 5. It's not a bad idea because if they do take on the shot, that jack could go anywhere. And minimising that open space is definitely a good call. Opting for the hard point there. Try and split up those balls. So still a few balls to come from Team Geddes. And holding one on the ground. It's pretty dangerous in that head. Again, opting for that strong point. Try and split them up. But nothing doing. So last two now. Ewan and John just discussing best play. These two been playing in some of the national rankings competitions this year, causing a few upsets, calling in a few results. So what has Ewan got in the tank? Again, trying that same kind of shot. That hard point just to separate them. And a half-assed attempt on a shot on the rogue ball to the side there, just so as to play his ball without causing any damage. 1 point to Team Geddes. Which makes the score 3-2. A narrow miss there with that shot from Team Mckenzie. It's definitely a ball to shoot. That one just there, closer in front. But after that miss, Shelley's now going to try and get something in the head.
We are the champions, we are the champions.
So the results are in for the wooden spoon, of course, with 18 teams today. Big shot there from Ewan. So yeah, the results are in from the wooden spoon with 18 teams. We had top 8 going to the main draw, group winners and runners up. Next 8 into the B competition, and the bottom 2 played off in a final for the wooden spoon. Team Noak, Clive and Sue Noak and Paul Greenall were the victors, winning 13-5. That's another great point there from Shelley to, in her words, give Ewan some shooting practice. Let's see if he can get the hit again. He has done, and killed the end. So the jack goes out and kills the end. So the score remains 3-2 to Team Geddes. Of course, no timed games this afternoon. The games are played until a result. So a decent length on that jack, probably about 8 meters. I should just be able to see that there in the center of the screen. Pretty long on that first ball from Richard. Perhaps it's the heat. We'll certainly let him claim so. It's a pretty hot day for everyone, including the many players who hail from Algeria. There's a number of those with us today. You'd think they'd be used to it, but as one of their teammates said earlier on today, they've been in England too long and got used to the cold and can't stand the heat. And another ball there that's perhaps not quite done what it was supposed to. It's in front, but it's not quite on. Oh, she's got the double there. She's nudged a front ball on and possibly travelled with it to give them 2. Still plenty of space, but 2 on the ground is 2 on the ground. So 2 of the Scottish teams made the main. Just see so Richard there just hitting one of those big chunky stones on that piste, causing his ball to travel all the way out the back. But yeah, just, the Scottish team just see at the back left there, facing off against Matt, Mokhtar and Dean. It's the team of Istvan, Monica, Poca. The daughter you can just see on the seat. The point there from John, who's just subbed out of this game. Can't remember the name of the other guy who's playing over there, but just about see the scoreboard. Looks pretty much level. On about midpoint, 7 or 8 aside. But here it's 3-2 to Team Geddes after a dead end in the last. And some pretty shaky pointing so far in this one. But no more, not with that one from Malcolm. One would think that Ewan will take on the shot. He's come back for a look. He's filling in. Is he going for the shot? Is he going for the hard point? Let's see. He's gone for the clean shot. He's taken it cleanly, left the jack in situ, and Malcolm will now need to replay his efforts to get back into position. And not quite sure if he's made it with that one. Don't need that one. It's a super point there from John. Might have just tickled that jack through. But regardless, it's a certain one on the ground. That's holding. With, I think, 2 balls to come on Team Mckenzie. It could be one each. Yeah, just measuring for second now. So I'm not sure what the call was on that, but he's going to double check. So Malcolm reckons that it's their own ball that's in second. And he's telling his teammate to shoot. And unfortunately it's a miss. So yeah, it was one each. Ewan with one left now, stepping down to the circle. Will he go for the shot and carrow, or will he go for the point? He's gone for the shot but missed. So it's just 1-2 Team Geddes, making it 4-4-2. I need to be there after this match. So here we are at John Street for the Piste Challenge Cup triples quarter-final. Of course, doubles will be in play tomorrow. where we have 30 teams participating. 18 teams today. Bottom two have finished for the day. Having just played out their wooden spoon final. And here we have Team Mckenzie just pointing in now to try and nip this one back. Looks good. So maybe. Malcolm shakes his head and says no. So we will see Shelley point in again. And that one looks much better. That one's taken it. So John going to try and point in there now, get something in front. It's not in front, but it might have just nicked the point. It certainly has, as Team Mckenzie stepping up to the circle. It's going to be a shot, this. Dust in his hands. Speed up that release. Wrong one. So 4-2 so far in this quarter-final. Does look like one of the other quarter-finals has finished. I'll try and bring you that score shortly. Some of the matches in the B competition are also starting to result now. It looks like they're going to take on another shot here. Yeah, he got it this time. So John now going to have to try and put one back in. And he's done it. He's got the ball in there. So is Malcolm going to take on the shot? Certainly looks like it, the way he's positioning himself. He's gone for it, he's got it. Could be a game changer. And of course Team Geddes do have something left. Ewan with one in hand. So close game this one. So one of the other quarterfinals has finished. I'm bringing that score as soon as I can. And not sure if Ewan's ball has made the grade there. But they're shooting regardless, as they've got a few in the head. So yeah, looks like the last ball of the end is from Malcolm McKenzie of Stirling Pétanque Club in Scotland. Can he get the hit to score big? No, he's missed. So I'm not sure whether he was shooting to take the point or shooting to take more points there. I can't see from here whether that was on. But yeah, it was 1 point to Team Mckenzie. So very, very, very tight game this. Still only 4-3. So still all to play for. Looks like more games are finishing now as well, with more players wandering up from the lower terrains. I'll bring you some scores soon, and of course you can keep up to date with all the results from the afternoon games live on Piste. You can find that by visiting Piste Petanque app, and you'll find all of the action from today, live scores, live results from the afternoon games and the live streams. So Shelley to point in first for this end. It's a good start. It's a great first ball from the team from Stirling in this very, very close game. Of course, Malcolm McKenzie of Team Mckenzie, Team Stirling, is the national coach for Scotland. And Stirling, oh, it's a great ball from Richard of Team Geddes. Just dribbled the jack backwards along with their ball. So point taken. So Malcolm offering words of encouragement to Shelley there. Don't be short. And to use that ball at the back there. That was stopped dead, just off camera. Just hit a soft spot and stayed exactly where it was. Tricky terrain these at John Street. There's some big stones on this terrain, there's some soft spots. So much better with that following ball. And Ewan now stepping up to take the shot. He's taken the wrong one. He's taken the back one, which was his, or his team's. So John now going to try and put one in rather than Ewan take on the shot again. It's pretty close. Again, I'm in that awkward position of not really being able to tell. So I think we'll see a measure on this. It looks like one of the other quarterfinals is finished. Again, I'll try and bring you some results there in just a moment. But I will of course have to wait for those scores to come in. So Ewan took on that shot, but did get the nick. Not quite what he wanted, I don't think, but it's certainly done enough. And now it looks like Team Mckenzie will opt to take on a shot of their own. Yeah, he's got the shot. He's hit the ball. Not sure if their shot ball has made it all the way over the line. I reckon it's just in, so ball in nowhere, perhaps still counting. Oof. So hit a stone there, Ewan's point, and ended up shooting the ball out on the rebound. Team Geddes out now. Team Mckenzie to point into that wide open space. It's come up short. No, that's their bull at the front. I'm not sure whose that bull at the back is. I think it's Team Geddes. They take the shot on that and clear it. There's 3, possibly 4 on the ground. So at least the 1 point there. We're measuring for 2. So it's a definite 1. I'll confirm in just a second exactly how many points that was. It was just the 1, so that's now 4 all. So 4 all in this quarter-final. I think it's the last quarter-final in play. At least 2 of the others are finished, but it could well be all 3. Of course, they will have to wait for this one to result before continuing. It's a decent ball there from Shelley. Apologies to the viewers there for the radio silence. We just had to go and check on a few scores and sort out a few of the teams. Of course, the downside to trying to pack everything in and do everything is sometimes there is a crossover of roles. Great ball there from Team Geddes. That was Ewan with what I think was his last ball, though he may have one left. We will see Team Mckenzie take on a shot now. He's got the hit. It's got to be a couple on the ground there. And there's still at least a ball to come. So in what has been a very, very tight game, this looks like it could be a reasonable scoring end. I think there's 2, maybe 3 on the ground. So last ball, I believe, in this end. Malcolm takes the shot. He's hit something. Was it the right ones? Certainly looks like it. So from 4 all. I think that was 4. It was. So 4 points for Team Mckenzie. Puts them on 8. Biggest scoring end of the match so far. And a slightly rogue looking first point from Michelle. Distance was good, but it has just gone slightly wide. Will we see Team Geddes pull it back this end, capitalise on that space, get something in there, force the opposition to shoot? But of course, they did shoot that last end a few times, made the hits, made the points. And it's a great first ball from Richard. So yeah, the team from Stirling now going to play that attacking game and remove that ball. Yeah, they've got their hit. The offending ball removed from the terrain. The shooting ball has stayed. Not doing much at the moment, but it could come in later. So all of the other quarterfinals have finished, as have a couple of the quarterfinals in the other map, in the knockout stages, the B competition. So from Richard's great first ball to not so great second ball, unfortunately, for Team Geddes. It's gone rather long, so John now needing to get something in there. So the big shock in the quarterfinals so far is Team Webb from Thames Valley losing their quarterfinal to Pip Gilman, 13-9. Of course, Team Webb had finished top of their group and were best ranked group winner after the group stages this morning, and they played the bottom ranked runner-up, group runner-up, Pip Gilman, who was ranked 8th. So yeah, big shock there, but such is the game. So Team Mckenzie needing to take this point back now after a little bit of movement on the jack. And that looks like it's done it. So the other game to result was Stone versus Amin. Amin coming out on top there, 13-5. And Scottish Hearts broken once again as Team Blyton overcome Team Istvan, 13-7. Of course, Istvan, I believe, hailing from Hungary originally. Great ball there from John. But yes, Istvan, well and truly part of Scottish pétanque. But unfortunately, it's over for him today in the main competition. He is playing a 5th place playoff against the loser of the other quarter-final, Stone. Not for much, more for pride and for fun, but there may well be a result from that shortly. So Team Blyton will play Team Amin in the semi-final, and Pip Gilman awaits the victors of this match, which is still in play, with Team Mckenzie leading 8 points to 4. Ewan pointing more than he would like, perhaps, not having much opportunity to shoot so far in this game. I mean, when he has, he's been, I would say, 50-50. He's hit some big ones, missed some sitters, but his pointing is pretty solid. And is just holding the fort for his team at the moment. Big carrow from Malcolm there. Changes things again. Ewan to play his last. Malcolm still holding one. This could... No, I don't think. I don't think it can finish this end. Or maybe it could now with that short ball. I think he's opting to point. It looks like 2 on the ground so far. I thought they had 4 in the head. But that has gone wide. So 3 points for Team Mckenzie. Brings the score to 11-4. So I'll bring you the results in just a moment from some of the B competition games. So Stuart of Trafford, Team Trafford, overcame another Scottish team, 13-8 in the quarter-final of the beat. Kamal is still facing off against Tim of John Street. Christian won 13-9 against Louise, again of John Street, Christian of London. And Colin Smith's game is still in play against Sue from Scotland. So I'll bring you the rest of those scores soon. Richard's first point there coming up a little bit short. Can he improve with his second? He has done. Looks like it's just taken it. Team Mckenzie need to get the point in there after Team Geddes managed to take the point with their second ball. And it's just come up short there from Shelley. So after a couple of big ends from Team Mckenzie, now leading in 11-4, they do seem to be trailing a little bit in this end. A long ball just almost reinforces that fact. So Team Mckenzie all out of balls, but Team Geddes still have a few in hand. Is this the opportunity for them to get back in the game? Already one on the ground. That one looks short. Just might have made it. Not sure though. As always, difficult to tell from here. Sun's still blazing. It's still pretty warm here. This game's been going on for over an hour. Just gone an hour and 15 minutes. Of course, no time games this afternoon. And yeah, again, looks just a little bit short from John there. Ewan still with some to come. Thinking about is their shots for points. Yeah, John's looked like it's got it there. So it's a definite 2. Not sure if one of the others made it, so it could well be 3. But with 1 to come. So a definite 2, possibility of 3. Could even be 4 if John's earlier ball did actually make it into the head. We'll know for sure in a moment. Oh, that could have changed things. And that was 4. Which puts Team Geddes on 8. So 11-8 to Team Mckenzie, who've taken 2 big ends. And then Team Geddes pull one back with another big end of 4. So last match to finish. And again there it's Richard's ball going a tad too long. Giving Team Mckenzie an opportunity. So this could be over this end. It could go on for a few more. But that's a great ball from Mckenzie to set the standard for this end. John has to take on the shot. Could do with a carrow. I'm sure he'll be playing for one. Let's kill the end instead, which will do for now, I suppose. So the last of the quarterfinals of the Piste Challenge Cup in play. This is the triples on Saturday, and doubles will be played tomorrow. 11-8 Team Mckenzie. The rest of the matches have finished. So Team Geddes to start after winning the last end, as that was a dead at the end before. That's a great first ball. So Michelle just preparing herself to try and outpoint that good looking ball that was in there before. And that's come up just a little bit short. So a better start for Team Geddes in this end after killing the last one. First ball did its job. It's forced the opponent to play at least twice. The second coming now. But yeah, it is just the twice that Team Mckenzie will play. Team Geddes now. Ewan stepping into the circle. Obviously going to take on this shot for a ball sat so close. So shooting the back left. Oh, that was close. So close. And he's going to go again. Of course, Mckenzie only needing 2 to win. Yeah, he's got the hit. He stayed, but it has gone out. So not the carrow for 2, but Team Geddes still holding. And yeah, Malcolm has put in a super point just behind the jack, but it's pretty damn close. So Team Geddes now with a decision to make. Try their damnedest to close this right down. Maybe sit on that back ball. We'll go for the shot. Knowing that you are in second. And you could have to if you carrow. He's gone for the shot. Unfortunately, it's a miss. 2 balls to come from Team Geddes. And a few more from Team Mckenzie. Very tricky situation now for Team Geddes. Trailing by 3. Their opponents needing only 2. I mean, it's a great point. You cannot argue with that. Has it taken it? You can't get much better. You can get better, but not much. Just sitting on the ball is what he went for. He made the contact. He did just nick it out, but he's taking the point. And the Stirling shooter steps up to the circle. So he's hit his teammate's front ball, knocked it closer, but still not close enough. Of course, a shot on that middle ball, clean shot on that middle ball, would leave them 2 on the ground for game. But they are up into point. It's 2 plays 1, 2 for Team Mckenzie, 1 for Team Geddes. Team Geddes holding that point on the ground. Oh, change of tack. Malcolm thought his teammate was out. The shooter is going to go again. So he's taken one of their balls, not the offending ball of Team Geddes. Luckily, his earlier shot having knocked up that ball. They are still in a strong second. So 1 plays 1. Malcolm to point. To try and slow down the comeback of Team Geddes. Unfortunately, it's not the result he was looking for. His bull's gone. He's nicked his partner's bull out the back, which it looks like John might go for the shot on, as I believe the other 3 bulls on the ground are theirs. It gives 3, Carol gives 4. He's gone for the hard point, missed. Looks like just the one. And that it is, just the 1 point. Team Geddes slowly crawling back into this game, clawing their way back in. 9 points to 11. A good strong first ball from Richard for Team Geddes. Stirling just missed a shot there. Still in control of this game, leading by 2. And playing fairly strongly. And gets it with his second, clearing the holding ball and his own off the terrain. So Team Mckenzie to point again. (11-9). So will Shelley put in one of her strong points, as we've seen so far today, or one of those slightly wild, slightly wide, slightly long? No, it's one of those super points just in front. So Ewan must now take on the shot. So yeah, Ewan gets the hit there. Gets the carrow as well, which is what he needed. So control has perhaps just shifted now in favour of Team Geddes with the bull advantage, and although they are trailing by 2, they do have the opportunity to wrap things up here. But still bulls to come from both teams. Nothing is written. And you certainly couldn't write that, because that is exactly the point you need in that situation. Trailing behind with bulls, you need that sitting nice and pretty in front of the opponent's ball. Of course, so an excellent ball there from Shelley, sitting in front of Ewan's Carrow ball. Makes the shot difficult, not impossible, but difficult. And it is Ewan that's stepping into the circle. Yeah, he's done it. He's cleared out the ball of the opposition, stayed on the terrain, giving them 2 on the ground. Yes, there's space, but it's a very strong position to be in. The opponent's still got to get in there. Of course, a great point from Malcolm there. John has to shoot. A ball advantage. 3 to come from Team Geddes. Carrow twists the pressure. It's a miss. Still 2 to come. Is he going to go again? Is he going to try and point? Two plays 1. We still have the opportunity to win this game in this end. So the team's decided to point, try and take it back. So 2 plays 1 now in this end. Team Mckenzie of Stirling Petanque Club leading 11-9 against Team Geddes of Coventry. It's a great point from Richard there. Trails a jacket touch. But not enough to make any of their others count, but it is enough to take the point. Of course, it makes the shot trickier for them should they try and shoot out the game. But there is 1 more ball to come from Team Mckenzie. So the shot was missed there. Of course, John does have a chance now for a shot and a carrow to win the game. Of course, he could go long, take out their own ball and give the 1 point to Team Mckenzie. Big decision to make. Do you try and wrap things up? Do you try and point, push the jack through? If it goes far enough, it will score for them. He's gone for the shot. Just missed. So it's 1 point to Team Geddes, putting them on 10. And the game goes on. Both teams just sharing their tactical thoughts on that end, showing the camaraderie and friendship between players. So 10-11, Team Geddes coming back and perhaps now in control. So 11-10 in this last quarter-final, with all the others having finished. And this one surely now cannot have too much longer to go. An hour and 45 minutes in play so far. Let's see how much longer this lasts. And a great first ball from Richard there. So Team Geddes ball still holding here in a match that has changed control almost end after end. Team Mckenzie at 4-all took a couple of big ends, 4 and 3. Team Geddes pulled a 4 back and then a 1. But it's been a long one. Is the heat finally getting to both teams? It looked like we were going to have another great point from the Stirling side there, just resting on that scoring ball, but it wasn't to be. And as they are now all out, we could see this game being wrapped up. That looks close. It's tough to call from here. Is it 1? Is it 2? Ewan sounding confident, saying we should take on the shot. With 4 balls in hand, it's perhaps worth the risk. And he's got it. He has got it. There's 2 on the ground. John now just needs to point in to wrap up this game. And there it is. So, a thrilling game, a long game. And Team Geddes just come out on top, winning 13-11. To Team Mckenzie led for the most part. Team Geddes did not give up, did not quit, fought for every point, and just stole victory out of the grasp of Team Mckenzie from Stirling in Scotland. So that is Scottish hearts broken, as all of the Scottish teams are eliminated from the main for today's proceedings. But they will be back in action tomorrow in the doubles. Team Geddes proceed into the semi-final. Will this long game have made the difference? Will they struggle in the next game? We'll find out soon when we return. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back soon.